Folks say it's giving what it's supposed to give. I hate that term. Maybe it's just me. I I know I'm getting older now, and some of these colloquialisms. It's giving what it's supposed to give. It's the booty is bootying. The food is fooding. It's something's not mathing. I'm getting old. I'm that dude. I'm gonna lay off into the cut and just chill. That's what OGs are supposed to do anyway. Good evening, guys. Keith K.L. Belvin here. I pray everything is well with you. Thank you for taking the time to hang out with me. I am being seen on multiple platforms. So if you are seeing me on YouTube, hello. If you're seeing me on Facebook, hello. If you are seeing me on, I think, TikTok, hello. And of course, YouTube, hello. Appreciate you. I'm in multiple places. So this is what we're going to do. But I wanted to come on tonight because I want to talk about, you guys know. All right, let me do this the right way. The formal introduction. Hey, I'm Keith K.L. Belvin, crisis specialist, author, professional counselor, and educator. And so thank you for joining me. Now, one of the things that being a professional counselor is tough is that you sometimes have to have tough and difficult conversations with people. And those conversations can be, like I said, can be very tough because my job is not to get you to like me. I hope that you like me, but my job as a counselor, when you hire me as a counselor, my job is to help you with whatever's wrong. That means I have to be very truthful with you, sometimes brutally honest with you. Now, let me just explain this. I'm always going to be compassionate. Always. I'm always going to attempt to be as compassionate as possible because I am not trying to hurt your feelings. Now, that doesn't mean that you may not come away with hurt feelings. Because here's the thing. Some people want to have somebody tell them what they want to hear. Some people want to be spoken to in a way that makes them feel good. I get it. That's not counseling. Because if the problem needs your attention, and I need to get your attention on the problem, I need to give you the truth. I want to share something, a quote that I came across, because I noticed that a lot of people will keep people in their camp who will literally just share with them what they want to hear, and they're okay with that. And in the end, that's what creates the problem. Let me see if I can bring this up a second. There we go. And this is by the great E.T., Eric Thomas, out of Detroit, Michigan. One of the best speakers in the world, by the way. E.T. says, stop hanging out with people that tell you what you want to hear. Hang out with people who tell you the truth. I'm going to read that again because E.T. was super on point. Stop hanging out with people that tell you what you want to hear. Hang out with people who tell you the truth. That's important. Now you say, Keith, what does that have to do with counseling? Well, that's what a counselor does. I'm not here to hang out with you. I'm here to help you. And I'm going to point out things that I notice, things that I see, things that I'm trained to pay attention to. And we're going to address it together, and we're going to look to fix it. Now, here's what I've noticed. Here's what I've learned. Some people, they don't want that. And the minute that it becomes uncomfortable, they run off. The minute that it becomes uncomfortable, they run off. A lot of brothers will start off with counseling, be okay with it, show up, yo, bro, I'm ready to do the work, want to figure out what's wrong. And then all of a sudden, as we start to peel that onion back, they get emotional. I'm out. They don't want to hear the truth. And I think what's sad is I work with mostly women. You guys know that. And if you don't, I work mostly with women. Somebody must be at the door. My dog is going crazy. I work mostly with women between the ages of 35 and 70. But I do work with men. I do work with couples. And I do work with children. And I find with some of the ladies, when I'm listening to some of the problems that they're dealing with, I hear it, and then when I try to point out, well, sister, you let this go, some sisters attack me. How dare you? That I came to you for help and you making it seem like I'm the problem. But if you are the problem, I have to tell you that. But here's the thing, and I want to make this very clear. I don't fight you to stay with me. I don't fight you to continue to come to counseling. You have to want and you have to be okay with being uncomfortable. If you want to change you, if you want to become the new person that you would like to be, if you want to end the pain, you have to be okay with being uncomfortable. And for us to develop a trust, you have to listen to what I'm saying. I will never say something and not give you clarity on why I said it. You have to trust the plans that we put together. And you have to trust that you have the ability to become somebody new. That's male, female, whatever. You're not stuck with being the you are right now. You're not. What you may be stuck in is not having clear understanding of how to become the new you. But everybody has the potential of being greater than they are right now. That's what makes us the top of the food chain. Our brains, we only use 10, maybe 12% for the super intelligent. That's 88% out there that's available if we could use it. And the conveying understanding is if we were to ever be able to use the whole point of our brain, we'd have no use for bodies. That's what science says. And even made some movies. I think Lucy is one of the movies that they made like that. What would it be if we actually used the full 100% capacity of our brains? But I can tell you, and even in my personal life, I make those type of decisions every day. Meaning, when I'm trying to help somebody and they're like, this is who I am, I'm leaving you alone. There'll be no Thelma and Louise moments with me and anybody I hang out with. I'm not going over the cliff with you. Because at some point, you have to cut a person loose. You have to let people go. And you have to be okay with them going. And again, you may say, Keith, what does this have to do with counseling? It is that mindset. And I am showing you, I practice in my personal life the very mindset that I bring to my professional life. I don't want you to hold on to anything that is killing you. If I gave you a cup of poison and said, go ahead and drink it, and I tell you ahead of time, it's poison. I know, go drink it. It tastes good. You wouldn't care what I tried to sell you. You're not drinking it. You'd be like, no, I'm not drinking that. Why? Because you automatically know what it's going to do to you. So imagine when you're sitting and talking to me and we're talking about a relationship you're in and you're telling me that your significant other is hurting you. You acknowledge that they're hurting you, but yet you don't want to do anything about it. That's that same poison. It is. And so I don't know who needed to hear this tonight. What I do know is that we got a lot of people in pain. We have a world that's topsy-turvy. We got a lot of things that's going on, but I know people are in pain. Now, if you haven't seen me, I've been spending a lot of time over on TikTok. And I have to say, it's interesting, but it's scary. And I'm going to tell you why. The underbelly of TikTok is you have a platform to become anything that you want. Lip sync to your heart desire, act out skits, and then you can incorporate those same things that I just mentioned with other people in terms of duets. So now I can get other people engaged in my fantasy of how I see myself, and I can bring other people in. So I'm going to lip sync Beyonce. I'm going to be Beyonce or Erykah Badu, and somebody else is going to duet me, and they're going to sing the other parts of the song, and we can act as if we are those people. It's cute. It's not for me, and I'm not into trends. But here's the danger. The more and more that you reach out, the more and more that you surround yourself with people who are connected to the fantasy, the less you're going to get the truth. Which means, now hear me out, You're going to come across people who are physically attractive to you, but you're not going to be sure who you're dealing with. And then the minute you open up the door and y'all want to try to get into something, it may and could turn into something negative because it turns out they're not who you thought they were. I see that a lot on TikTok as well. This dude did me dirty. This chick did me dirty. They turned out to be a liar. He had a whole family in another state. She had a whole husband somewhere else. What's up with that? Well, what's up with that is no one actually came and told the truth. No one actually said, okay, look, I'm out here doing dirty. What person does? And I'm telling you as a former whore. I'm telling you as a former cheater. Nobody's going to come up to you and say, look, I'm going to do you dirty, right? And I'm going to try to sleep with you and take your money and I'm going to treat you badly and then I'm going to go back home to my wife. Nobody shows up and does that. Nobody. But yet they will come on and be everything that you need in a person. So you don't need that in your counselor. You don't need me if you come to me for help, for me to go, everything gonna be okay. You're looking good, dog. Everything's great. Don't worry about it. That's foolish. Foolish. So I want to tell anybody who's on the fence about going to counseling, who's on the fence of getting professional help. Here's the thing. Are you happy? Are you happy with where you are? Are you okay with the things that are going on in your life? If you're not sure or the answers are firm, no, then you need to reach out and invest in your peace, invest in your future. Yes, it's an investment. When you pay for professional help, you are investing in me to get strategies to help you be a better you. That's an investment back into yourself. I'm a professional, so yes, I charge a fee. But the investment is you get my knowledge, you get my understanding, you get my experiences, you get my strategies, you get my resources. Because I'm studying daily. Like right now, I'm supposed to speak Thursday, 2 days from now, Thursday, and we're talking about the Will Smith situation. So I was already reading Will Smith's book, but I'm reading Will Smith's book now to make sure I can transfer much of what I'm getting from the book to the men that I'm going to speak to for the men's ministry I'm going to speak to on Thursday, because that's what they're expecting me to do. I work with the federal government. I work with ATF agents who I help them deal with the mental health issues that they struggle with when they leave work and go home. I sit down and have that conversation of how do you talk to your children as a law enforcement person and your kids are watching what's going on in the world. My job is to help them figure that out. I'm an educational consultant. I go to the school and help young men figure out how to be young men. So what I'm saying to you is this is an investment into you when you want to fix what's wrong with you. You don't need me to just blow smoke up your behind and tell you everything gonna be great. It is not. There's some work to do, and it's some hard work. And I'm gonna tell you why. Depending on how deep the damage goes, we got a lot of work to do. Some of it may go all the way back to when you was a child and your parents did you dirty. Some may be connected to a relationship. Some may be to an assault, physical or emotional. We won't know until we get together and pull back the covers and see what's there. And it's funny because I have some brothers on TikTok that reached out to me and said, but how come you don't target the brothers? I said, thank you for asking. Well, one, I enjoy working with women more than I do men for this reason. Brothers have a hard time checking their egos to allow another man to help them. Now, do I turn away brothers? Never. If a brother was able to brave it and tuck his ego away and be like, Keith, I need some help, I got you. I got you. Because you never turn away somebody who needs help. The only way I turn someone away is if I know I can't fix what's wrong. Because that's something I've swore from the beginning. I will never try to assist you if I know I can't help you. I'll refer you to somebody else, because my first rule is I will not hurt. I will not hurt somebody because I'm trying to make money. Never. Also, I have no problems walking away from you if you decide you're just not going to listen. Because sometimes it would be very easy just to take a person's money, give them a little couple of things to do. They go off, they're happy. No, if you're not going to listen or you're going to be stubborn, then I'm cutting you loose. And I'm cutting you loose because the time I spend with you being bullheaded is time I could spend with somebody else. So as I told you guys at the beginning, I'm on multiple platforms. So I cannot see all of the responses if there's any. But I want to say to anybody watching this at whatever time that you're watching this, one, like this post, share this video with somebody on your page. And I'm going to tell you why. Somebody in your circles needs to talk to me, but I can't get to them because I don't know them. You do. So like this, share this. Third thing, most important, if you're struggling right now, if you're going through something, my discovery call link is in my bio. Just go to my bio. You'll see my link tree. Click it. You'll see where it says discovery call. Fill out the information. We'll set up a call to talk. And then this way we'll sit down and see what I can do to help. And don't be scared off. Don't say I can't afford. You don't know what you can afford. But at the end of the day, be prepared to invest in yourself. And the reason why is because you're going to have somebody who's not emotional in terms of whatever you may share with me, but I'm very emotional in terms of making sure I try to help you. I take the help that I give anybody who hires me serious because, and it's the same way when I was in the classroom, somebody's placing their lives in my hands. Someone is placing their children in my care. So when somebody comes to me and says, I have a problem, I take it personally to try to fix it. It's just what I do. So that's the third thing. So like this, share this, and if you need help, go to my bio, go to the link, set up a discovery call. Let's talk. Don't be scared. Reach out, talk to me. Okay? So again, I want you to have a wonderful morning, day, night, evening. Whenever you see this, please leave your comments in the chat. I will gladly respond. I'm looking forward to hearing from all of you. Again, thank you. Thank you for taking the time to rock with me. All of you that have been responding, thank you. I've been very hard at work, just trying to get things together and make things happen, trying to solidify some other business ideas, trying to network with new folks. I had to cut a lot of people loose. It's been a rough month in terms of just reflection-wise. I spend a lot of time reflecting, but I've been very busy. The Young Kings group is going well. Thank you for all you guys who offered donations. We just got the second order of shirts, so all of the young men now will have shirts. We spend money 2 times a week to make sure that they eat because they're in school all day and they don't leave until sometimes 5:30. So we make sure that they've had a little something to eat, pizza. Sometimes I run to McDonald's, whatever it is, but we budget for that. So thank you for that. If you're interested in offering a donation to the young men, let me know. I will gladly give you the information. We'll accept all financial donations. Appreciate that. Also, if you have gifts, if you want to give gifts to the young men, it has to be enough for 15. So if you have gifts that you want to give the young men, has to be 15. I'll let you know where you can mail them and I'll get them in the hands of the young men, because what we're doing here is really working on the social emotional piece with these young men. I have a couple of meetings coming up. We're going to try to establish this in some other schools. And I'm working on the young queens. So yes, I'm working on what would be a female extension where we can actually put this in place for some of the young ladies who need assistance. And I have a couple of young ladies that I have in mind that I think would be great to help run this, but we're going to see what happens, as well as I have some meetings to try to put this in other schools. So we're working on that. And of course, I've been I've been making sure I get things together. So now that piece is on my website. The building of mental health ministries. Let me just say this before I get off. I am working with churches to supply the mental health counseling, the personal counseling that people need in church. So if your church does not have a mental health ministry and you believe your church should have one, reach out to me. Give me your pastor's information. I will reach out to him. You do not have to leave your name if you don't want to. And I will talk to your pastor about setting up a mental health ministry. And what is a mental health ministry? It is the professional services that I offer through the church, where your church would pay a portion of my fee, but you would pay what you can, and the church would pay the rest, and you would see me twice a month. Because this way, your church would assist you in getting the help that you need. Because, like it says in the Christian faith, where we're supposed to renew our thinking if we're going to become new creatures. I actually help with the renewing of the mind, along with the help from the church. So this is what we do. It's a win-win-win for everybody, and we put that into place. I'm actually working on that landing page for my website, so you'll be able to get all the information, or I'll be able to refer your church to that. But I have all the brochures and all the other information that your church would need. And so that's what I'm doing. My professional counseling, the educational consulting, and the counseling with the churches. That is my focus, and this is what I'm trying to do. This is what I live. This is what I get up in the morning and do. So if any of those things hit home with you, reach out. I would love to talk to you. Love to see what we can set up. I love to parlay and connect and network with other people. That's another area that I've really been big on this last 2 months. I realized that I had a lot of people who were doing a lot of talking, but they weren't trying to help. They were literally just using me to make themselves feel better about whatever they were doing, but they weren't really helping. So, and it's okay. Once you figure it out, you cut people loose and keep it moving. Such is life. You don't hold any animosity. You just get up and keep moving. And so, like I said, I try to live the very thing that I teach in my counseling sessions. All right. So listen, guys, I want you to have a wonderful evening. Thank you so much for taking the time. I will make sure I go back and read all of the responses, and I will respond. But thank you so much. Like this, share this, and go to my link in the bio if you need to set up a personal call. I am Keith K.L. Belvin. I'm out. Have a wonderful evening. God bless, guys. Take care.